Evening all, how you doing? Another day, another BBC pack of lies floating around on the internet. Seems like that young lass with the axe in Dundee was quite forward thinking though, doesn't it? Updated by Claire Thompson an hour ago, man arrested after Edinburgh knife incident leaves two in hospital. Oh really? Just a man, eh? Just a man. Any more information than that? No, that's it. That looks like that's all we're getting. A man has been arrested. Firearms officers were called to reports of the man with a bladed weapon in the Calders area of the city at 8:25 this morning. A standoff followed with the suspect later seen looking out of the window at an 11th floor flat for a number of hours, but he was removed by police at around 4 o'clock. Police Scotland said the incident was not being treated as terror related. Oh, well, that's good news then. Obviously, they were good enough to remove the suspect from the building via a back door to avoid a crowd that had gathered out front. And then they'd give us a load of filler, and there's a nice photo of a copper there, and there's a little map there of where Cobbenshaw House is. And then there's another nice photo there of a block of flats with some people looking at it, and another nice photo of the block of flats from a different angle. And that's that. Funny that, innit? Don't worry though. If you go to another news agency, like Visegrad24, for example, the only base news agency, turns out they'll give you a more accurate rendition of events, won't they? African migrant stabs 3 people near an elementary school in Edinburgh, UK. There we go. We got there in the end. Right then, no surprise for anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together or fully functioning eyeballs. Of course, it was yet another migrant in another Scottish city that 20 years ago was one of the safest, nicest places in the world to visit. Now, walking through the middle of Edinburgh is like walking through the market bazaar on Black Hawk Down. 20 minutes after the US Navy just flew a couple of sorties there. It's an absolute cesspit. And this incident was all caused by, well, let's get some more images of him, shall we? We're not going to get them off the BBC, though. Daz Marshall points out that it might be a good idea to start deporting these people. Yeah, probably makes sense. Also, looks like he's got 2 knives there. He's dual-wielding, like an expertly trained warrior from the Warhammer franchise. Nice to see he's going in with one in both hands. Very, very sensible. And then here's a good one of him, midway through the siege, where he's chuckling away in the window. Apparently he was there for hours. So it is a bit strange how the BBC couldn't manage to put a single image up. I bet you if he looked like Spud from Train Spotting, they'd have put a few photos of him up then, wouldn't they? If it was Ewan McGregor, he just flipped his lid and went mental on a Monday morning. Pretty sure Ewan would be staring back at me with his baby blue eyes, wouldn't he? The Telegraph was good enough to furnish us with a picture, of course, slightly better than the BBC, aren't they? There he is, knife in each hand, dishing out the diversity is strength to anybody daft enough to get within arm's length. The suspect, whoa, you can't say that. This is not on. He could be ethnically Scottish, right? That's what everyone on the left's been saying. In fact, that's what everyone on the right's been saying, apparently. He might be an ethnic Scot because you can't tell by looking at them. No, he could be black as a fireback. He could be an ethnic Scot. Makes loads of sense if you don't think about it very much. And the Scottish Sun reports that he actually tried to get entry into a nursery before he stabbed some grown men. So by the sounds of things, this was yet another Rudu Kanubu incident just waiting to happen, and we got away with it by the skin of our teeth. Yeah, I know, and as usual, everyone's navel-gazing, and they'll hide this story and hope it goes away. And the BBC and Sky News and Channel 4 will still not tell the masses what he looks like. You've got to put some real effort in if you want to see what he looks like. And we'll start talking about something else like it's a big deal, instead of dealing with the root cause of the problem, which is that little girls get stabbed in the face in dance classes in primary schools, and the British government doesn't do anything about it because apparently the message is more important than the safety of your wives and kids. So you dodged a bullet. Edinburgh, you dodged a bullet today. This could have been 100 times worse than it actually was, but nobody wants you to notice. Before I sign off, though, let's just give this lady a pat on the back. Yes, she deserves some credit, doesn't she? The Dundee axe brandisher was years ahead of her time. She was a visionary genius. Clearly, she should be in charge of the country because she's got far more common dog than all of the people running the show in the UK as a whole and north of the border especially. Well done, long-sighted Dundee visionary. You knew what was coming, didn't you? You got tooled up early when you looked out your bedroom window one morning and saw 400 unvetted, hairy-arsed Somalian men walking past your house looking for a free bothy to spend the night in. Oh, yeah, and if you missed it, she was right in the first place. And obviously a Romanian diddler gang led by a winking, smirking pimp and a load of his mates were all jailed for abusing women and children in Dundee. So, yeah, I mean, you might have missed that one if you don't pay a lot of attention like me. Maybe you missed that one as well, yeah. But she was indeed right in the first instance, and she was very sensible, wasn't she? As I keep saying, if you're unlucky enough to be a resident in the United Kingdom still, and you're female, make sure you wear your cast iron knickers before you go anywhere. Get tooled up as best you can, and pray that you never get caught on your own down a dark alley in any major city in the UK, because it is the third world. You are living in a nation that used to be great and is now no more safe on an evening than if you were walking through a rough area in Lagos. All right, so good luck. You're going to need it. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all tomorrow. Toodle pip. Cheers.